right. Hi, everyone. My name is Utsu. I'm going to be running Solar Ash True Ending Restricted. So there's going to be a lot to talk about as soon as the run basically starts. So I'm going to go ahead and get the beginning cutscene started and basically explain everything I need to explain prior to the run starting. But first, I'll go and introduce my commentator. Saf, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Sapphire in Pink. I haven't ever run this game, but I've watched quite a bit of it for someone who hasn't run it.
Yeah, so Solar Ash is it's basically a 3D movement platformer made by Heart Machine, who has also made Hyper Light Drifter. The game essentially takes place in like a black hole, where the whole goal is to basically shut down the black hole. I was gonna say something. So the main like gameplay loop of this game is essentially like use like the skating around move tech, and wow, I'm blanking hard.
I can take over really quick if you want me to.
Yeah.
So the main gameplay loop of this game is going to be like you're using like a lot of the movement tech that you're given to like move around really quickly and hit like there's two main gameplay loops. There's the eye goops and the bosses. And so the eye goops are going to be like you're moving around like platforming within the level itself in order to get to the eye goops, which then unlock the bosses, which are going to have a different but like kind of similar gameplay loop.
Yeah.
And so
yeah, time's gonna be coming up here. Count you down once Ray actually starts standing up. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so the first move tech I'm going to be talking about is it's called a triple jump. And so essentially this game has a huge coyote time essentially for being able to jump. So like if you fall off a ledge, you have a massive amount of time to be able to jump again. And we can use that by doing a dash jump, which then lets us still have an additional jump. And then we still have our allotted double jump, which will let us do a triple jump. You'll be seeing us do that basically throughout the entire run is the main piece of move tech. You just saw I was kind of moving my camera around to manipulate the gravity, and that's because it does just that. The camera gravity is usually influenced by where you're looking with the camera. Here's one of those first eye goops that we were talking about. So it's essentially smacking a series of spots and then grappling to a certain point. Those are essentially don't mind the T-posing boss. We'll get to her later. But so it's essentially just that they get more and more complicated as the game goes on. But yeah, here I'm gonna be first I'm gonna be changing the difficulty because I had set the game to standard because there's a health bar in the top left that that depending on what difficulty you have influences how many of the health like notches you have for the shield. And so we actually start on standard, so we get one less of them because at the end of every level there is a cutscene that plays out if you have any additional shield that takes about 6 seconds. So starting the game on standard saves about 6 seconds. Usually we'd stay on standard, but for a safety precaution I have changed it to novice because wow, this arch does not like me. This is the arch. This is more of a hub world than the rest of this hub area.
the arch TM.
Yeah, this is the arch. And that's basically because it just has a lot of skips going with it. It's a very prime location. It also is awful to navigate on.
The gravity can be a little wonky on it sometimes, as you saw like the first time we got up there.
Okay, there we go. And I'm up here because I want to get up here, which will let me come over here. I'm going to be doing what's called time slip, which is where I can basically slow down time, but it increases my grapple range. And that's going to be used for all sorts of things, especially a future piece of tech, which we will get to in just a little while. But yeah, so here I'm going to be doing a slope boost off of the geometry here on the right. I'm going to be trying to do the fast version of this just because it's fun, but I don't get it. Hey, I got it. Oh, never mind, I missed. So here we're going to be doing another one of those triple jumps because usually you'd have to go around the whole outer perimeter to get up here, but luckily you can just make it there. Yeah, so probably saw we did that save quit earlier. That was to, one, get us a little bit further, and also because we did that skip in the very beginning, we had to save quit or else we would have soft locked here. This boss would have just not activated. But yeah, so this is the second part of the gameplay loop. This is one of the bosses. This is Crater Ouroboros, and she is your generic tutorial boss, super easy. She's essentially just a series of big eye goop puzzles, but on top of her. And so basically you just go in a straight line down her, smack all of her weak points, and then you grapple to her main weak point right here.
Jump into her head.
Yeah. If you're wondering what the little spikes are, those are basically like they're basically wow, we have bad RNG. This boss has like different areas you can spawn at, and ideally you spawn like right at the tail, but we didn't get that. But yeah, so these little spikes, you have a heads-up display, and essentially the heads-up display shows you where the weak points are because you have to hit them before you can hit the main weak point. All right. Now then, just one more. Now the music's gonna get really cool. This game has just a phenomenal soundtrack, honestly.
Oh, the soundtrack is so good on this game.
Oh, we got actually perfect RNG here.
Oh wow, that's really good RNG. And so each of the bosses are gonna have 3 different phases. So like the first one is like they're fully themselves. The second one, they're gonna like break apart a little bit. And the third part, they're gonna break apart a little bit more, and the like the normal stuff that you could normally like walk on or grab turns red, and if you touch it, you die.
Flashing lights warning.
You get tossed off the boss, and like it's a whole thing. But that was really good. It gets a little scarier with some of the later bosses. I know, especially the bird is quite scary.
Yeah, this is Echo. Echo likes to crush us. Yeah, this is the little cutscene I was talking about. So at the end of every boss, that happens if you have shield to be crushed. And so because we start on standard, we skip one of those, which saves 6 seconds throughout the whole run. Yeah, so here we're going to be demonstrating a bit more how just weird the gravity is in this. But first we have to talk to Sid. SID is an acronym. It stands for Centralized, I completely forgot what it was, honestly. It's this big, complicated name. I'm going to be trying to do a little bit of a skip. I didn't get it. If I spam fast enough there, I can get it to where I skip the having to say goodbye section, which saves like half a second. Yeah, so we're coming back to the Arch here. Again, Arch is our best friend. And by best friend, I mean I hate the Arch. Oh my goodness sakes, see?
The Arch is unkind.
Arch is not nice to me today.
But yeah, so typically, like casually, that big like wall with an eye in the middle of it, the casual way is to walk up to it, grapple to it, and that lets you into the next world, basically.
Here we're going around.
So instead, we're just going around it to skip I think like a small cutscene and just like some more movement, platforming and stuff.
My camera was not kind to me. This game sometimes will just throw your camera around, but that's okay. This is not much slower. I was trying to get up really high to be able to get a checkpoint, which would have saved me like a 10-second run up, but that's okay. My camera decided it was going to do a 180.
Yeah, the camera can be a little wonky, as well as the gravity, but like, you know, it's like any game that has like gravity and like 3D gravity and a camera, I understand can be a little wonky, and it's still just like a little fun, the wonk, you know?
I can do this at least.
There we go. The skip a run up.
Yeah, this is Lyris. We don't meet Lyris. She is grieving and she is having a horrible day. We are ignoring her. She is slow. Yeah, so I talked about time slip earlier. And you saw I just did my first rail grind there. We are going to be combining those into what's called a rail slip, which essentially lets us just launch really, really far. So I'm going to be coming up here. I'm going to be starting time slip, spamming the skate button, and then that gets me all the way up here.
Absolutely amazing rail slip. Holy moly.
There we go.
Now that enemy can be kind of scary. Sometimes they like to pre-fire us.
Yeah, that enemy can just see through walls for some reason.
Yeah. And can be very, very unkind.
But that's okay. And then I'm going to be doing another rail slip right ahead of here. If I don't grab the goop.
Grabbing the goop is slow.
All right.
Do you have a second for a donation?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. We have $100 from Heart Machine that says, "Let's go, Utsu!" Thanks for repping our game, less than 3.
Oh my goodness, Heart Machine is so amazing. I'll get into a bit more about the stuff they've done a little bit later, but Heart Machine has done so much for the running community. Like they've patched back in skips for us that they patched out on accident. I'm gonna do one more rail slip here.
And also there was like a trick in Unrestricted that was like, that could be found casually, and they adjusted it in a way so it could still be done, but like there's less of a chance of like a casual player running into it and like absolutely losing their game progress.
Oh yeah, it's super wonky. Just like there are these boxes that give you health. If you stand on one, there's a chance it'll just warp somewhere else. And that somewhere else could be anywhere. Just like, oh, I'm over here now. It's not fun.
But yeah, this is Thresher.
Yeah, this is Thresher. Thresher's basically Ouroboros if they had a Pokemon evolution.
This is Ouroboros stage 2, you know?
Yeah. She is she's basically the same song and dance as Ouroboros with a little bit extra. She's getting you into stuff being a little bit more wild.
Yeah, so like mostly straight line, but there's some like hills, there's some like ledges, and like there's different ways to like get on and different ways to navigate.
Generally, dash jumping is faster, but right there I don't, because if I do, it's actually slower to dash jump on some of these enemies in certain spots. And right there is one of those spots. So this boss is generally pretty straightforward, as in like there's not a lot of RNG aside from the tentacles being weird. Yeah, sometimes the tentacles just like to get in the way, which is very, very scary for when we reach the last phase. Which
This boss was really... Oh, go ahead.
There we go. And last phase.
But this boss was really interesting casually, because I loved it like whenever like she flips over and like you were like holding on to like a grapple and you were just holding in the air. It was like really, really fun. Like right here. Like that's always like, it was like just so interesting to like play and to like interact with.
All right. So I think we have time for a few more donations.
Great. We're we're getting several donations in support of you guys. Viz donates $25. Says, Utsu, Saf, stoked as all get out to see you show off Solar Ash, Utsu. Also, Saf Gaming.
Not right now, I'm doing
lights.
something.
We also have $150 from Herf. Says, Nicole Goodnight and Bathingen are amazing runners. Let's get that Phasmo run. Just a reminder, if we can reach $30,000 total tonight before the night's over, we will get the bonus game of Phasmophobia co-op.
Well, we gotta donate for that.
More games are always good. All right, probably one more.
Of course. We also have $25 from MK. Says, loving the Solar Ash run. It's so beautiful and Utsu's movement is so fast and smooth. You're nailing it.
All right, so we're gonna be seeing Sid here again. We're basically just gonna be spamming through their dialogue and moving on to the next place. This next place, Iron Root Basin, has basically stayed about the same ever since the run started. There's been a few iteration changes, but the overall route has been mostly the same. Aside from this right here is fairly new. We're gonna come up on this tree and we're gonna get on top of this hill, and then we're just gonna go around the wall again. Oh,
There's gravity.
Oh, I've been punished. The game said, how dare you. That's okay, though. So here,
But yeah, so
I'm gonna be grabbing this. And I didn't get it. Okay, go ahead.
but each of the areas has a completely different scenery and vibe to it. So the last place we were in, Capital, you could tell it was a really ruined and decrepit old city, and it's been almost taken over. Whereas this is there's some buildings, but there's a lot of trees, and there's a lot of hills and grass, and you'll see completely different scenery changes for pretty much every area of the game we're gonna be in.
Yeah, and something to note of what I'm doing here, I'm actually doing what's supposed to be the last objective in this map first, just because there's a door on it that you're supposed to open, press all the buttons around the map for, but we just go around the door. There's a lot of just going around things in this run, which is very fun. I love runs where you can just be I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna
Let's just go around.
It's like an awkward exchange in a hallway. You're just I'm just gonna go around you. All right.
And a lot of these, the black goop, on the wall, you can see, if we grab it, it, reacts to us because it's not expecting us to try and, grab it unless the eye goop has, been activated. Once we hit, the first weak point, it activates the eye goop so we can, go through it and hit it. And if we, stay on the goop on the walls for too long, without activating the eye goop, it turns to the red goop and it burns us and hurts us.
Yeah, the lore of that is that it gets superheated to, I believe it's 4,000 degrees Velkin, not Kelvin, Velkin. I'm gonna be doing a slant boost here. Hopefully my game doesn't hitch here. Hey, it's a good day.
Let's go. No game hitch.
My game always hitches there for some reason, and does a 360. I will see the individual frames of the 360. Very wacky.
Wacky cutscene. Wacky cutscene is wacky.
Oh yeah, don't worry about her. That's Sentry. She's a little bit lost in where she's supposed to be because of the the skip we did in the beginning.
One more anomaly in this sector. Better scan for it.
Yeah, she's over there. You can't see her body. Oh, I wasn't supposed to hit that. Oh dear. Well, this is fine.
Whoopsie.
Luckily, you can grapple enemies.
That is, yeah, one great thing. You can grapple enemies and they'll save you sometimes.
All right. And so, because I skipped the boss, this whole cutscene is going to be wonky. So we're gonna be in the wall. And then usually we'd see like the whole animation of them spawning, but instead we're just kind of watching Ray.
It's just Ray. Ray grabbing on the goop.
Ray going through an existential crisis while holding the goop. Then we spawn. But yeah, so boss is broken, so we need to relaunch the game.
Fix boss.
Fix boss. Yeah, so this is Sentry. This is Lost Sentry. This is probably the most RNG heavy boss of the game. Yeah, there she is. She's also the cutest boss of the game. She's got her little arms out to the side. She's happy to see us.
And full of teeth. And as we all know, the more teeth, the better.
The more teeth, the cute. I feel like there's like a point where like the amount of teeth gets cute. Like
just look at sharks.
Yeah, like I feel like, and also the shape. Like the sharper the teeth, the cuter. Like
Yeah.
like if those were like human teeth, that would be gross.
But yeah, so Sentry's whole thing is that they have, like, I think 3 main places that they can attack you from. And after they've attacked you, like shot down that big old beam, you can grapple onto them and start doing a boss phase. And so the main RNG comes in as to like where they walk and how fast they walk.
Yeah, and I think I didn't go fast enough there. You can actually subvert the RNG for this first phase usually by going fast enough, but I don't think I went fast enough. My dash wasn't going off in the end there. Yeah, no. So we're gonna have to wait for her to walk again. And she likes to be very indecisive. She's like, do I want to go right or do I want to go left? Which way do I want to go today? And it looks like today she's gone right, which is fast. Well, not really fast, but it's faster than going all the way to the bridge.
Yeah, bridges.
I like that some
Bridge is certainly something.
Oh, there we go. I like that sometimes she attacks like a totally uninvolved enemy. She can't find you.
It's like, you know what? No, get out of here.
Reminds me of my cat who sometimes when my cats would drive by, hit him and then run away, and then another cat would walk up to him and he'd smack them. He was a little slow. He was a good cat.
No, but yeah, so like again, like an evolution of the boss. It's no longer very like long and like narrow. Now it's like a wide platform that we can move around on, and like all the weak points are like moving around said platform.
Yeah, this is okay RNG. She is already moving by the time I drop, which means that I don't have to wait for her to move. Now I just have to get underneath of her. Alright, now she's gonna attack. She's gonna attack the totally uninvolved enemy.
She really hates those enemies.
Alright, and yeah, so this is the last phase. Once again, I've been a little late on saying it throughout the run, but I'll say it early this time to make up for it. There is a flashing lights warning at the end of every boss for a very short period of time, but is there nonetheless. Here I'm basically just grappling around. That's basically this whole phase. And I'm coming up on the flashing lights here. And
that's Goodbye Sentry.
all right, yep, that's the boss. All right, we have time for more donations if you like.
Definitely. We always love sharing donations. We have one donation from D Magico for $10. It says, a little bit late today. I hope I didn't miss too much. Let's continue the awesome runs today. Keep on keeping on. And we have a donation from I Am Gibbon for $100. No comment, but thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, so here we'll be talking to Sid once again. This time I don't have to choose a dialogue option, so I can be ready to move right from the get-go. And would I be able to be told if we're doing the puzzle or not?
You are, in fact, doing the puzzle. We met that incentive.
All right, so that means I am going to live life on the edge, and I am not going to be buying a shield cell. I do not. I only need a shield cell if I'm doing the faster strat. So, a bit of story on this, on the puzzle that I'm going to be doing. It used to be the only, like, intended thing we did in the run. I'm gonna do a quick rail slip here. Okay. I've had better, but I've also had worse. I'm going to be doing a quick rail slip here without the time slip, which is called a party, because Ray sticks her hands up in the air and it looks like she's just having a great time. And while I fight the gravity here to get around a cutscene, or two cutscenes, I'll get back to explain what I was explaining. So essentially, there is not really a puzzle, but just a quick sequence of these types of spores that we have to like color match. And it used to be the only intended thing that we had to do in the whole run, where it took about 30 seconds-ish to do. And we didn't really have a skip for it until someone found a hole in the wall in the basement that was unfortunately patched out, but Heart Machine put it back in. And so we managed to route in an enemy clip to get into the basement and then go through a hole in the wall. But for this incentive, we will be doing the old strat. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, it's like quite a sight to behold if you haven't seen it. Just like the enemy clip, because it's just like, sometimes I don't even know what's going on.
Oh yeah, it's very funny. Like, you just get hit by an enemy and then you go in the wall. But we won't be doing that today. We'll be doing the old strat.
And really quick, I just want to say, we have reached over $20,000.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
All right.
Good job, chat. Keep those donations coming.
Let's go chat. So this iGoop puzzle here is one of the reasons why I'm playing on novice. The timer for this moves much faster on standard compared to novice, and so if I were to make any mistake, it'd make me have to redo the whole thing, which would be a lot slower.
Took me a while.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is Wretched Eye. Don't worry about her. She likes to hug.
She has so many hands.
So many for hugging.
For hugging.
So yeah. So here, be warping right back. I haven't explained the warping mechanic much because we haven't done it much, but it's basically just fast travel, but to wherever Sid is. So yeah, so here I'm going to be doing the puzzle, which is still very, very impressive to watch. It's more of a skill showcase than like a funny clip through the wall glitch, which is why I think it's a little bit more fun to watch. Right, there's an iGoop right up here that I'm gonna do. I'm in the middle of doing the puzzle.
Just a quick finish of the iGoop.
Yeah, just gonna throw that in there, you know, for fun, as a treat. Then I'm gonna drop on down here, gonna grab that blue spore and drop down to the right. Whoops. Yeah, usually what the game wants you to do is it wants you to take this red spore and then go all the way around to open this side door and then take it up here. But instead we're just gonna take it directly up here because we have just enough time to drop it in there. And that saves a few seconds. We're gonna grab this blue, drop it in there,
And that's
there we
the
go.
puzzle.
That's the puzzle.
Now we get
And that
the
drops
ball.
us down here. I'm gonna come over here because if I touch the floor here, dialogue starts, and I don't want the dialogue to start.
Feels like I'm being watched.
So now I come up here, grab this blue spore. And this is probably one of the most annoying iGoop puzzles in the game just because of this right here.
Oh, this took me forever, honestly.
That dash right there doesn't usually go off. But yeah, that's the whole sequence. There's a hole in the wall right above where the like final spot is that you just like climb in through from the opposite room. Yeah, so we're gonna warp right back up, and then there's one more to do, and then we're gonna fight the boss. Ray talks really slow in these cutscenes too. It's really funny to listen to. I know there's a slant boost you can do here, but I'm not very good at it, so I just like to get in the clouds because I actually didn't mention, but when you're in the clouds, you are actually faster, and you can carry momentum from the clouds onto normal land and then like bunny hop it essentially. Your like momentum will slow down throughout your bunny hopping, but it will maintain for a lot longer. Just do that skate mechanic.
And now Withered Eye is awake.
Yeah, Withered Eye is awake. Fun fact: if I were to save quit here, because I did that skip in the beginning, I would never be able to fight Withered Eye again. Withered Eye would just go back to being in the floor, and she would not want to talk to me. All right, so Withered Eye. Sorry, what were we gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I remember thinking it was so cool that like all the bosses in the game typically like take place like within the worlds, whereas Withered Eye like sits off on a side planet, and I just thought that was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, definitely. Withered Eye is actually one of the most hated bosses in the running community. Only because she likes to wiggle a lot, which, you know, normally is okay, but when you're in that last phase and she just like moves her entire body to the left, and you're just like, oh, I was about to land there, but you know what? I didn't need to. Yeah. So Withered Eye's whole mechanic is that she tries to smack you, and then you can hit the weak points on her hands, and every phase there are more weak points to hit. I like to be cool and try to hit it early. So this one only has half of the hands, and you can grapple over here to the tail. Sometimes you can get a really big like speed boost just from the gravity being wonky, because this whole moon plus her has their own gravity. The way the gravity works essentially is in like these bubbles, and if like bubbles ever intersect in a weird way, they can just like throw you in certain ways because the game doesn't quite know how to handle it. But yeah, so here we're coming to the last phase. I'm gonna be hitting basically every single hand. Whoops, I did not mean to skate up her hand, but that's okay. Is she on the hole? Oh, go ahead.
Just gonna say, do we have a moment for a donation or two?
Yeah.
We have $50 from Wolfgang that says, "Hey Utsu, let's go girl. So happy to see her run. Hype!"
Oh my goodness, I love Wolfgang. Wolfgang was the dev on the SGDQ couch, and they are a phenomenal person. So cool. They're the one that told me all of the enemies' pronouns, which are either she, her, or they, them. Go ahead. Flashing lights. No.
We also have $25 from Chroma that says, "Hey Utsu, good luck with the run, have fun, and don't get launched into orbit by Rust Dragger, please."
Chroma, oh my god, thank you, Chroma. Chroma's really cool. Chroma was like one of the like glitch hunters of this game. Chroma helped find a lot of different skips and figure out how a lot of different things worked. So big shout outs to Chroma there. We have time for one more.
Sure. I'm going to take this second, though, just to remind everyone that we do have the incentive for, well, we have the bid war for Kuon, either Yin phase or Yang phase, but we also had the incentive for Kuon phase opened up, which is an extra end to the Kuon run that's going to be coming up a little bit later. So make sure to get your donations into those incentives and bid wars.
All right. So here we're going to be moving into probably the hardest section in the whole run. Arguably second hardest, but I think it's the hardest. It is called Mirror Sea, and it's going to start out with us once again. We're going to be skipping that eye door, hoping that I don't get. Okay, good. The Council of Mines has decided that I get to pass. These mines can just kill you. Like, your slash will just not actually do anything to them, and then you'll die. Yes, we're just going under the door, and now we're in Mirror Sea. So usually there's a whole lot of area like up above here. I missed that. I need to hit that. Yeah, so there's all these ships up there that usually in normal gameplay we have to climb up. We have to climb up them, and we have to meet someone. I don't know who they are. I've never met them.
We skip them.
Yeah. Oh, that was wonky. but yeah, I think their name's Ames, or I don't know. But this is Aim Skip Deluxe that I'm gonna be doing. The person I shouted out before, Chroma, was the one who helped me find this. They basically found it, essentially. I just like to say I helped find it because I was the first one looking for a new skip over here. So it's essentially I get on this rail, I start spamming, and then I don't do that. I need to get higher.
Running into the mushroom is not a part of the skip.
There we go.
Or not.
I double jump. I get caught by the gravity. Then I land here, and that skips all of that. I'm gonna spam here. So the old skip essentially was very inconsistent, and not a lot of people found it fun. And so I was just like, I'm gonna find a new skip so that these people stop complaining. Alright, so this boss here, Rust Dragger, has a lot of history. Rust Dragger, well, you know, I'll talk about one more when we get to Rust Dragger. Here, I didn't actually talk about this before, but what I'm doing here, whenever I activate Sid and Warp, is a dialogue skip. And it saves like a second or two. It's mostly in-game time that it saves. But it's just kind of a neat thing you can do. Here, we are introduced to the acid, which essentially, the way it works is you can be in the acid until the meter there gets full, and then you have to get out or else it'll kill you, no matter what. No matter what your health value is, you'll just be sent right back to your last checkpoint. So, which is why I'm going to take a moment here to pause to let it drop a little bit so I can get back into it right here. This tower here is probably my favorite goop to do well. I'm doing it kind of okay here, but watching it go really well is just so satisfying.
It is really fun to just watch, like, you circle the tower like twice and just like hitting all of them is just like, whoa, you did that?
You did that. All right, and that was the first eye goop. Get the little belly eye open. And here I'm going to be doing a save quit because I have a checkpoint all the way back at that big pavilion. And I just want to go back there without having to run back. And it is faster to save quit than it is to die, because when you only have one health, you get a big long death animation and it goes like destroyed and stuff. It's basically a Dark Souls you died.
Dark Souls you died, but it's futuristic.
Yeah. This is another good eye goop. Sometimes Ray just likes to do a full 90-degree dash, even though you're holding the up button.
Mirror Sea has some very fun eye goops, I will say.
Oh yeah, Mirror Sea is probably my favorite aesthetic.
I have a very good time.
Feels like somewhere you'd go on a tropical vacation.
Minus the acid.
Minus the acid.
Typically, if there's acid involved, I don't really want a vacation there, you know?
An interesting take for sure. Here I'm going to be doing another rail slip, but on an upward rail, so it's going to be a little bit wonky. Okay, turned out good. And I'm just gonna be bee-hopping all the way through here to my next location. These little tiny enemies, I swear, are like actually the real bosses of the game. They have like a sneak of 10 or something, like that. I didn't even know that they were there.
They just hop in.
There's this like high. So here, usually I'm supposed to be like go up and around with like some rails or whatever. Well, I just could not decide what I wanted to do there. There are 2 different ways I could go there, and I wanted to go both ways. All right, let's try that again. I want to go to the left side this time.
You've decided ahead of time that that's where we're gonna go.
So I'm trying to avoid a checkpoint here. So I'm going to climb up the side of the ship to start this eye goop. All right. This one's another one of those ones that like is really just wonky to watch. Yeah, we probably have time for one donation.
All right, we have $5 from Anonymous that says yang, yang, yang. I assume in relation to choosing the yin phase or the yang phase. So I think they want you to choose yang phase, but it's up to you, chat. When you donate, you can put your money towards an incentive, and it also goes towards the total. If we get to $30,000, we can unlock Phasmophobia.
Very cool.
We want that. The Phasmophobia runs are very, very interesting.
I remember the one at SGDQ was really, really good. So good that they just told him to do another one. So here, this is probably one of the most visually cool areas in the game, just for the sheer 90-degree climb. Because we are in fact standing at a 90-degree angle right now. The gravity in this level is just phenomenal. I'm gonna do a party across here. Hopefully I don't, see, I knew that was gonna happen. I'm gonna be using this rail for as I said, I was gonna use this rail for a big dash up here. You know what, I'm just gonna forgo the rail. I apparently am not good at the rail. I just wanna get on top of this. What? Ray? Ray is trolling me. If I don't get this again, I'm
unkind.
Okay.
There we go.
Cool. I was about to do the old strat that's like not faster at all. What? Can I? Ray is trolling.
She does a little bit of trolling.
Ray's mad that I didn't upgrade her suit. There are these little like logs you can find, and it lets you like get like suit upgrades and stuff, but they are not faster at all. We're gonna be coming into the last eye goop here. I'm gonna be trying to get a slant boost here. I got the opposite of one. Ray continuing her trolling ways. Now this is a really
so lost here.
Oh yeah, you have to go through the area to the other side of the map. It's so cool. I'm grabbing that checkpoint there because this strat right here is very scary. Like so. Ray can just not grab the goop, and sometimes she can just fall off that goop. It's very much not the intended way to get up there.
Yeah.
Oh, where am I?
And then if you miss it, you just kind of land in the clouds and you have to go all the way back around.
Yeah, it's very inconvenient. So here, I'm gonna get up this. I'm gonna kill these two just because those are snipers, and snipers are the most annoying enemy in the game. They have such a long range, and they're just in the worst spots. Yeah, so that was Mirror C. Now we're gonna be moving into Mirror C's boss, Rust Dragger. So yeah, as I said in the beginning, Rust Dragger has a lot of history with them. Rust Dragger used to have a bug with them where all of their like tentacles and them had individual like gravity bubbles, and they intersected in just a way to where 9 times out of 10, rather than just, being able to continue the boss on the last phase, you would get thrown literally into the stratosphere. Like, some people would end up all the way back up to the top of the cloud island up there. I think the furthest anyone has ever landed is in Capital.
Wait,
which
really?
is, I know the furthest I've ever landed is Crater.
Oh my god.
I've been thrown all the way back to Crater.
No, yeah, Rush Driver nearly single-handedly nearly destroyed the speedrunning community for this game, because I know
lots of people
lot
kept quitting
runners who
because
just like stopped running because of the intersection of the gravity bubbles, because like you got to Rush Driver and then your run was dead.
Yeah, because again, it's on the third phase, and you just kind of had to hope it wouldn't happen. We had all sorts of like theories and like okay, so if you do this, then this, then this. Like we had like a SpongeBob like bubble blowing technique, but everyone had a different one.
And turn around in a circle like 5 times, and
you don't
hopefully
hold
Rush Driver
skate.
is kind to you.
Yeah, you don't hold skate, and you melee 4 times, and then you relaunch the game just before fighting her. And everyone had their own thing, and it got to the point where it just like, at least for me, where like people were like, okay, this is how you do it, and I'd just be like, just shut up. No, that's not how it works. Nothing works. It's hopeless. And then Heart Machine was like, hey, we fixed it. Sorry about that. And we were like, thank you so. I am so sad.
Oh no.
It's okay, I can get right back on. Luckily, it's not as bad as falling off like Century or something, where you have to wait for. Luckily, around the end here, these bosses are very forgiving for falling off of them. It's the honestly only Century is like not forgiving.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's about right like. It's right here that you would just go flying.
And now it's fixed, so everyone's happy.
Yeah, flashing lights warning once again. All right. And yeah, that was Rush Dragger, the most frustrating boss in the history of Solar Ash speedrunning. We have time for a donation or two now.
Sure. We have $25 from Glowing Star Bright with no comment, and also $25 from Anonymous with no comment. Thank you so much. All of this is going to Malala Fund, which is working for a world where every girl can learn and lead. With more than 130 million girls out of school today, Malala Fund partners with education advocates and activists who are breaking down barriers that hold girls back. So please keep those donations going. Thank you.
Awesome. Love girls. So here we're going to be moving into the final area of the game, which is Peak. Peak is the other arguably hardest area in the game. To get to Peak, we're going to go all the way back to Crater. So I mentioned, that archway, from the very beginning of the game, it's more of a hub area than the center area. Well, we're saying hello to the arch once again. The arch will facilitate us getting into the Peak, and I had to do it one more time.
Arch is being really mean today, but that's okay.
Okay, here we go. So usually with Peak, we have to go to Basin and open a door and then go down a huge hill. But luckily, we can just fall into it. And then I can dash up here, grapple that. Usually we have to grab that spore and open this door. But that makes us have to watch a cutscene, so it's easier just to go around it.
And Peak is especially scary because all this lava you see kills us.
Oh yeah,
And
one
so
hit.
it's-
No timer or anything.
Like Mirror Sea, but way scarier. Oh,
Where am I going? I think oh wait, no, I'm fine.
You hit
I'm
a
fine.
checkpoint on the way, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, am I going back to Crater? No, I am just gonna party slower on that. I've been having bad luck
Ray's
with this all day.
partying way too hard. You gotta slow it down.
You know, I think I just need to not party. I think that the issue is that I'm not partying fast enough. There we go. Don't worry about that. All right. So when I first played this game, I thought this was like a big combo of like every mechanic from the other places, because that makes sense for a final level, right? No, I jumped right in the lava and was very disappointed. I was like, oh, that's how it works. But oh, I died. Yeah. So here we're going to be doing, I'm going to be going for a trick called Funny Bonk. It was named that because I got it in a clip and I named the clip Funny Bonk. And what is with my partying today?
Ray's just partying way too hard. She's like party rocking.
In the house tonight? Oh, did I get Funny Bonk? I didn't get the bonk, but I got the strat itself.
So we got Funny Bonk minus the bonk.
Yeah, we just got funny.
We just got funny.
All right. So this red we're gonna take over here. You probably saw I just grabbed a checkpoint there. I'm going to do everything in my power to hold that checkpoint for the next like 5 minutes. I do not want a different checkpoint.
Yeah, central checkpoints in this game are very powerful. Like, we saw that a little bit in Mirror C, just like having a central checkpoint you can warp back to is just incredibly useful.
And this is going to be the biggest example of that. So here, I'm going to save quit to get right back up there without having to ride the rail. And then I'm going to be grabbing a yellow spore, and I'm going to be doing what's called a rail slip triple jump. So you've seen rail slips, you've seen triple jumps. This is a combo of both, and it is incredibly hard. And I got it first try.
Let's go.
But yeah, so that's good because that lets me skip basically every other checkpoint I'd have to go through to get up there, and it's also just a faster way of getting up there. And here I'm going to be taking a route through here to avoid all checkpoints, like that one. So I'm going to climb up here, and we're gonna take the scenic route. Big shout outs to triple jumps for especially here, because none of this route would be possible without triple jumps. Just, it's such a fun mechanic. Here we're gonna be doing a bit of a roundabout. And very careful not to fall in the lava here, because again, I don't want to die too early. This whole just section here is really scary. Especially since we're not done yet. We still have more to do before we can grab a new checkpoint.
Yeah, we have Graveyard coming up, which is...
Okay, Graveyard is... It's basically... I die like 30 times in my casual playthrough.
Oh yeah, it took me a very long time to get through Graveyard.
Graveyard is just... It is just...
There's a lot going on, and
there's a lot of enemies.
Pretty good mastery of the mechanics at this point in the game.
I didn't get a dash boost. Oh no!
And so that's gonna send us back to the checkpoint. So now we have to do all that again.
Oh no, I'm so ashamed. That's not even that hard to do. I can't believe I did that.
Oh no.
That goof dash isn't even that hard. Why didn't it throw me?
Oh.
Okay, this won't take too long. Okay, there we go.
There we go. And now we're back to the grind.
Back to the grind. Oh my goodness, wow, that's not usually that hard. I am just so astounded that happened.
Yeah, that's
I wish
an especially brutal death.
Yeah, I wish I could say that there was a faster way to get back there, but there's not. I just have to go back the same way I came. The game's trolling me today.
Yeah, honestly, trolling.
The world is not kind to me. Truly, I have the hardest life.
No
Alright,
one's life is harder than yours.
Okay, we're back to where I was. Thank goodness. So as I said, graveyard. Yeah, graveyard's really hard.
And especially because it's full of those enemies that we just killed, which like to track you and shoot at you, especially when you're climbing on goop.
Yeah, but first we're gonna be doing a skip that basically skips this whole this big rail to my side here, and also just drops me right into the graveyard. So here we are in graveyard, and immediately I get attacked. There's these lovely chargers. There's oh my goodness. Okay.
There's a lot of enemies all at once that all love to try and kill you just as much as they can.
Okay.
Can you get back to it in time?
I should be able to.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
And that's the graveyard eye goop.
Okay, and that's all I have to do. I can now save quit and go back to that checkpoint now. Ugh.
So
Graveyard is very scary.
Graveyard's scary for like those reasons, is it's very easy to fall down and lose your progress, but also it's, you know, all the enemies we saw on the way around do love trying to kill us.
Yeah, it's just nothing but tracking and snipers and stuff.
Yeah.
Now there's one more rail slip triple jump we have to do, because there is one more eye goop. I think I got like all height but like no speed. Uh-oh. That's okay. That's not as bad of a setback as the other one
not
was.
not at all as bad as the other one.
Ray, can you like... Oh, okay, that worked. Anyhow, this is the last eye goop. It's actually the last eye goop of the game. But not the last, this is not the last boss though. Burning Hunter is not the last boss. Because
Although
we are in fact doing true ending.
Burning Hunter is scary enough to be a final boss though.
Oh yeah, definitely. Burning Hunter is essentially, it is the any percent final boss. But because we're doing true ending, we are going to have one more boss before that. That's not what I want to do, but okay. So yeah, so here I'm going to be coming up here. Burning Hunter is probably one of the bosses with the most like user input. Like you choose when the phase starts. Aside from like maybe like Ouroboros or Thresher.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is probably one of the coolest bosses in terms of just like pure spectacle. Just because you can just, you're so high up in the air and you're on this huge like bird-like creature. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's genuinely like, even if it's like not the final boss, it was genuinely exciting to play. Like all of these bosses have like their own spectacle to them, and it's just really, really nice.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like this scene here of just like zooming by a tower. It's so cool.
Yeah.
But also sometimes the location of things don't like to be nice because the wings are just like, I'm 30 feet in the air today. You will have to cope with this. All right, and now we're moving into the last phase, which is more tedious than anything. Like, not really that much portions come off. I am going to be death warping here because it's just faster than riding the rail, even with the big destroyed cutscene. If I can get to the floor, then here we come. Alrighty. So just once again, another warning, there is a flashing lights at the end of every boss. And this is I just went to the floor there. This is the last phase, so that will be coming up here in just a moment. I like this portion here, especially because it's like a big a dash over here.
Yeah, it's like a race to be able to make it within the time.
Yeah, no matter what difficulty you're on, it always starts flashing red.
And yeah.
And flashing lights now.
And that's Burning Hunter dead.
Burning Hunter is dead, and so now we're gonna be coming up towards the last area of the run. So this whole time we've been activating Sid to activate these nodes for what's called the Star Seed, which is basically the big needle you've been seeing in the middle of the map for just the whole game. This thing right here. It's essentially a big machine that can control gravity, and it's supposed to be able to collapse the black hole we're in. Because I forgot. Sorry about that. I forgot to mention it. Our planet is being pulled into the black hole. So we need to turn on the Star Seed to basically save our planet. But we're essentially told that it's a bit too late to save our planet. But Sid basically tells us that there is a small chance that with the right calculations we can reverse time. And so that is... Oh, I forgot to talk to Sid one last time. Okay. So we're basically going to go up there. We're going to restart time and do this again. But it doesn't exactly go that way. But we'll see.
We'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah. Any donations while I ride up this grind rail?
Sure. We have $150 from Kat with no comment. Thank you so much. And also $75 from Anonymous with no comment. Thank you so much. Everyone, make sure you're putting in those donations towards the incentives currently open for Kuon. And remember that any money you put towards those incentives also goes towards that milestone. If we reach $30,000, we'll unlock Phasmophobia.
This is it.
All right, so here we are at the top of the Star Seed, which, by the way, Star Seed is actually a physical location on the map you can get to. There is a glitch that lets us fling ourselves in the air, which we don't do because this is restricted. Restricted is basically a strats we run, and we don't like the big fling ourselves in the sky, but you can actually get up here and skip that whole cutscene. But yeah, so we've been seeing Echo throughout the run, and here we basically learned that Echo isn't actually that bad of a person, despite how many times she's been crushing us. I won't really say who Echo is because spoilers, which, I mean, silly of me to...
It's a speed run.
Yeah, in the speed run, but the story in this game is genuinely amazing, and I recommend giving a try for yourself.
Oh, absolutely. 100% worth it.
Yeah. So here we are, we're activating the Star Seed to reset time, but Echoes could be you've done this before, essentially. So it's not worth it.
Stop doing this.
Too late.
So basically, this is the difference between 80% and true ending. 80% activates the Star Seed, which basically drops us back off at the starting area, and it continues the loop, and ends in just a quick cutscene. Destroying it lets us fight a whole new boss, and actually ends up playing as Echo.
Yeah, if you played the game casually and you activated the Star Seed and then you were like, man, that ending was kind of disappointing, you should go back and go back, destroy the Star Seed. It's much more satisfying of an ending.
Don't worry, you can start off again right from before this cutscene. Yeah, light gore warning here. It's not really graphic, but it definitely looks and sounds gross.
There's crunch crunch splat coming up.
Yeah, crunch crunch splat, as the community has deemed it, or as one friend of mine likes to call it, comfy cutscene. This is the comfy cutscene.
This is comfy cutscene.
Very comfy, you know. Oh, she's so comfy. Just what I like to do on a Saturday morning: distort my spine into my rib cage.
But yeah, so after destroying the starseed, we get that cutscene, and we're gonna get, I think, one more cutscene really quick. And
No, I'm just gonna stand up.
oh, okay, yeah.
I just gotta wait for this black screen of infinity to go through.
Pain is gone.
But yeah, so now we're Echo,
Feel
which leads you to wonder who is the final boss then, if not Echo, and if we've already defeated all the other bosses.
And I
Oh
think
wait,
this is
I'm
really
going the
cool
wrong. I'm going the wrong way.
because it's like a callback to the original, like to the opening of the game. Like that's
Yeah.
where you walk through to get to Crater.
Yeah, but here we're floatier, so we can do a way faster skip. Get up here. Yeah, right over there is the last boss. I love doing that.
That's very fun. I love all like the gravity manipulations to like get around
yeah, it's
cutscenes
super
and stuff.
fun.
It's so good.
Yeah, so here I'm just gonna drop right here. That's gonna skip just a little bit of platforming and a cutscene to just drop me off right here. But yeah, we are fighting Ray.
This is the final boss of the game, Wretched Ray.
Yeah, we are fighting Ray. I can get back
Very
to
upset.
Yeah, I can get back at Ray for trolling me so much.
This is for falling off and running into lava.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, so the difference between Ray and all the other bosses is that Ray is basically always in final form. Like as soon as you get on her, her body just already just superheats. Also, she's the only anomaly to talk, but all she says is like die.
Yeah, she's quite upset. I do think the design is just like on point for like
This
main
whole
character turned awful.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just like,
definitely.
oh my god.
This whole just like boss fight is just so, it's really heavy,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
you're
Like
still in there.
when you get to here after playing through the whole game and like actually listening to dialogue and stuff, it's very intense. I actually ended up like crying my first playthrough here.
Very emotional ending and way more satisfying than just activating the stars.
Yeah. Yeah, the game closes out with Echo giving some actually just sound advice, if that makes sense. So time will be coming up at the end of this dialogue here.
We're not alone.
This dialogue here that she's about to do once I grapple onto here, and I will call time.
We can't go back and change the past.
Just very sound advice, honestly. Can't change the
Pick up the
past.
pieces and fix
Gotta
what's
fix
left.
what's left.
The truth is a heavy burden, but we can carry
It's like very camaraderie.
And time. And yeah, that was Solar Ash. Absolutely phenomenal speed game. There were some hiccups throughout the run, but overall I'm very, very happy with how I performed. Thank you, Sapphire, for being here to help me out. I didn't really know anyone who qualified for being like a commentator for me, but then when you DM'd me and were like, "Hey, you want to commentate for me?" I was like, "Oh, you want to commentate for me?"
Yeah, I'm very glad to be here, and like again, I tried speedrunning Solar Ash once and then other stuff came up, and I'm just happy to it's a very fun speed game and I like watching it and interacting with it.
It is very, very, very fun. To go ahead and get my shout outs out of the way, I would like to shout out Brian Otto. Brian Otto they were the SGDQ 2022 runner. Big inspiration for me with just a lot of speedrunning stuff. They pushed me to just do better, and they've always just been so helpful. Big shouts to Bladen, Wiggles, shout outs to Chroma for like all of the stuff they've done with finding stuff in this game. Shout outs to Mechanical Snail. Big shouts to Viz and like all of the like, you know, all the other people that donate throughout the run. They were wait, who's this? Wait, Mr. Krabs?
Mr. Krabs?
Mr. Krabs is in this game?
I guess so.
Driving this. Wow, okay. My goodness, I did not know Mr. Krabs was in this game. Very bold cameo. But yeah, thank you everyone else for watching. Have a good one.
Thank you so much for that run, Utsu, and thank you everyone in chat for being with us through these first couple of games today. I have been TrainerAnade, and I am done with my shift for today, but I'm going to be passing you off for a bit of a break, and then we will be back for a prize segment. So definitely stick around and keep those donations coming. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Flame Fatales 2022. My name is Frozen Flagon, and I am joined by prize guest Corvame
Hello, I'm not sent.
to talk about some of the incredible prizes we have available today. So don't forget, you just want to donate $25 to be entered into every single thing we have available during this segment. And when you donate, you can put it towards a variety of incentives and bid wars. And every single thing you donate is also going to our bonus game tonight. That's going to be absolutely incredible. But let's get into some prizes. You ready?
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. So to start, we got a lot of spooky prizes tonight, because we have Hoarder Game Blog coming up later this evening. We're starting out with a Resident Evil 8 Leon coin. And so it's a two-sided coin. Absolutely love the design on this. This is donated to us by Cute Monster Props. $5 minimum donation for this Resident Evil coin. Absolutely love it. We have the next game coming up is Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, and we've got a beautiful Shantae Perler made, by our Perler enthusiast extraordinaire, kind of nerdy housewife. I absolutely love the melt on this. It's incredibly
It's so good.
smooth. It looks like pixel art made out of perlers. It is so stunning. Shantae is such an amazing, I love the Shantae character design. So cute. The hair, everything. In the game, the run is going to be fantastic. $5 minimum donation for this gorgeous Perler. So you have a prize you want to talk about?
Yeah, we got a couple here. If you donate $10, you will be able to enter into win these beautiful Pokemon shiny ghost Pokemon stickers. The spookiest of Pokemon. I'll show up a couple of them here. They're all so cute. We have Poltergeist and Sinistea. Hot drinks. We love those here
that's
at Paper Dolls. And I love these too. I love a haunted object.
So cute.
I love a ghost type. We have fan favorite Mimikyu.
Very ghost.
Very ghost.
Very cute.
What if Pikachu was a ghost?
I'm sold.
We've got Hisuian Zorua, a brand new edition. Looks like a fox, is a fox. And we've got, say it with me,
Pumpkaboo. We had to.
And Gorgeist. There's also Gorgeist in this one too. And you couldn't see them, but
there's a bunch.
There's so many.
Yeah.
There's so many ghost types.
Don't forget, you
got
can see
stickers for all of them. They're all shiny.
Mm-hmm. They're all shiny. You can see all of them. Every single one, that's going to be in this pack. They're all the same price, $10 minimum donation, and you can see them at gamesdonequick.com. We have pictures of all of these prizes. Thanks for showing that one off.
Of course.
Also for $10, we have this delightful selection of the two candles. What are these?
These are a 2022 reserve from the Lon Ranch and Chateau Romani.
Oh, stunning! We got some Zelda themed, and these are candles.
Yes, they pair very well with open flames, cold rooms,
and horror games.
And
I believe.
horror
games.
yes.
I believe. Oh, fantastic! And speaking of horror games, these were donated by one of our runners later on in the marathon, Miss Scarlett Tanager, who's going to be running Kuon actually.
That makes sense why they're
two of them.
Horrifying milk.
Yes, and there's two of them because we have a bid war between the two different paths of the game, but also an incentive to make sure we get to see even more of that run. So, if you're donating to prizes, you can maybe put it towards your favorite Kuon incentive. Thank you so much.
Quick, speaking of people who did donate, these stickers were given to us by Prince of Spirits. Thank you so much.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And, you could see all of our prize donors on the website as well. We have so many in the community who donated, in the Frame Fatales community, which is just so incredible.
And all the prizes are so amazing. I want all of them.
Yeah.
They're so beautiful.
Speaking of beautiful, oh my gosh, we were just talking about another Zelda prize. We have this stunning Majora's Mask clock. You can change the face of the clock, and I don't even know how you make this. The talent in this is absolutely incredible.
There's multiple levels to it. And
yeah.
I could not do it.
Yeah, I love that the different quadrants of the clock each have different settings. That you have the mask in the middle, daytime and the nighttime cycles from the game. This is a $15 minimum donation and donated to us by Esclair. Thank you so much for that. We have another Pokemon prize you want to talk about?
Another Pokemon prize also donated to us by Prince of Spirits. We have this Chandelure acrylic stand. Chandelure is personally one of my favorite ghost types. I love the whole Chandelure line. They're very, very cute. But wait, what if it was also shiny?
Oh.
One side's the regular Chandelure, the other side's the shiny Chandelure. It looks amazing. Could fit on any shelf. Could fit on any of our shelves if you wanted.
Absolutely. It can spook your home.
Exactly.
Keep you warm at night. Love it. So stunning. Thank you so much for that. Also, those two, we just saw a $15 minimum donation. And now we have a pen? You want to showcase?
Yes.
What game is this from?
This is a Subnautica Peeper Pen. I got to put my hand behind it so you can actually see it. Subnautica, if you haven't played it, extremely atmospheric, dark game. You are stuck underwater. But these little peepers, they got big eyes. They're very cute. I think they're probably the least horrifying
They're
of
actually
any of the
quite
creatures.
adorable, even though it's a scary game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Something has to be, you know, give you a little bit of sense of security in the uncharted waters.
Yeah, and we have a few of these pens throughout the marathon given to us by Minturn makers. Thank you so much for that $20 minimum donation. So I said at the top, $25 donation gets you into everything that you're going to see. But there's one more incredible prize pack that we have. Boyfriend Dungeon prize pack given to us by the developers of Boyfriend Dungeon, Kit Fox Games. And oh my gosh, in this prize pack, first, to start, you get Boyfriend Dungeon Collector's Edition. So if you don't have the game, or if you do have the game and love it, you know, that's the pristine edition of the game that you want. Comes with stickers of all of the characters, their weapons, absolutely adorable designs. You know, it has all the romanceable options, which are adorable, different symbols and swords from the game. But there's also a body pillow.
There's a
And it's a two-sided body
two-sided.
pillow. And so it has Sunder both in human form and sword form.
If you ever want to cuddle with the sword, I normally don't recommend it, but if you do win the Boyfriend Dungeon prize pack, you can cuddle with the sword.
Yeah, and I think that's just the greatest sentence to ever exist.
Exactly.
So you have to donate $25 to make that true for your life.
And our last $25 prize right now that we're going to show off
Look at this friend.
is our friend,
Look at this friend.
Lord Nito, little Lord Nito from Dark Souls. Extremely soft plush, covered in skulls.
This is, it's so squishable. You know, you got the plushies that are sometimes really firm. This one is just like, I need to hug it as much
I
as
know,
possible.
he's
Like,
so soft.
Absolutely adorable. Again, $25 minimum donation. Donated to us by Kai2 Ace. Thank you for bringing
you
this
so
friend
much.
into our life. And, you know, that concludes the prizes of our little spooky prize segment. But also, don't forget about the grand prize.
Yes.
$150 cumulative donation. If you donated some yesterday, donate some today, tomorrow, the next day. Make sure you get to 150 by the end of the week. You'll be entered in to win an OLED Switch and a PS5. So make that happen. Be sure to put your money towards our incentives, bid wars, and just, you know, every single dollar donated goes directly to Malala Fund. You're making the world a better place through video games, helping women get education around the world. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for our next run, which is going to be Shantae and the Pirate's Curse by Lori Bunnykins. And have a fantastic rest of the marathon, everyone.
Okay, no worries. Am I good to go? All good. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Flame Fatales 2022. I'm your host for the next handful of runs. I'm Blackheart Wings, and it's great to see you all here today. Before we get into it, I just wanted to remind everybody of the incentives that we have open at the moment. We currently have 2 incentives open for Kuon. You can pick between the Yin phase and the Yang phase. The Yin phase is currently in the lead with $106, but Yang phase is close behind at $56. It's very easy to snipe. We also have an incentive open to do the entire Kuon phase during the Kuon run. It is currently at $285. We need $2,000 in order to unlock that. And as a friendly reminder, every donation that you send towards an incentive also counts towards our milestone incentive. If we reach $30,000 before the end of the night, we will be able to see Nicole Goodnight and her partner their Phasmophobia run, which is very exciting. I, for one, am a very big fan of Phasmophobia myself. I would love to see that run. So let's get into some donations. I have $10 from Anonymous with no comment, but thank you very much for your generosity. I have $25 from Holly that says bonus Kuon phase and bonus game. Let's get all the bonuses, and I agree. Let's get all of those bonuses. We have plenty of time, but get those donations coming on in. We have $5 from Eternal Puzzle Fan with no comment, but thank you very much for your generosity. Every little bit helps. And I have $10 from Anonymous with no comment, but again, thank you so much for your generosity. And I believe with that, we are ready to go with the next run. Here is Lori D. Bunnykins with Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. Take it away!